From Super League to Olympic distance to age group world records to color. Go longer with the right fuel at the right time with SFuels.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from St. George, Utah. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by Master Spa, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, HOKA, Let's Fly, SFuels, Go Longer, Biostarks.com. Use the code BWB10 for a 10% discount. Quintanaroo, Form Smart Swim Goggles. We're here at beautiful Zion's Bank, Premium Plus Sports, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation Escape from Alcatraz champion. Jackie Herring joins us. How you doing, Jackie?
Hey, Bob. I'm good. Happy to be in St. George.
So I was expecting to see the whole posse here, the kids and everything else. Where are they?
Yeah, they're stuck in Wisconsin, which is actually the same temperature as here. But they had a canceled flight, so they're due right before the race, Thursday.
Oh, my God.
Like at late afternoon time.
How long you been here?
I've been here over a week already.
Wow.
Yeah. I was thinking just getting some experience on the course, getting to ride my bike outside as Wisconsin started cooling off. So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been my first time actually getting some training in here. So, getting used to the course is good.
What do you think? You liking the course?
Of course. Love it.
Because it's challenging, right? It's one of those iconic courses that you dig.
Yeah, the changes that they made this year for the course, both on the run and the bike, I think make it a little more fun. The bike course flows a little better. Okay. There's not these weird like out and backs or turns where it would be nice to keep going. So the bike course is really nice, and I love the variety on the run. I think adding the golf course and, you know, that little bit through town is going to give us a little more kind of flat, resty section and time to see some fans. So that'll be fun.
Good for you. That's very cool. So this year you win Chattanooga, obviously Alcatraz, and fifth 70.3 California. And Chattanooga is a fun course as well, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. That's always been a good one for me. Downriver swim is a plus, and just pretty easy rolling hills.
Winning Alcatraz. I mean, a lot of people, because obviously we talk Ironman, we talk 70.3, we talk Olympics. Alcatraz is its own little beast, and it's so fun because it's got every aspect of it has character.
Yeah.
You know, you got the jump off the boat and swim in, right, from Alcatraz. And then the bike ride is sort of because you have a long run in between the swim and getting to your bike. Mm-hmm. And then you're dealing with, you know, sort of a short, punchy bike. And then sand ladder, sand, up, down. It's a crazy course.
Yeah, I recommend any person who craves a sense or has a sense of adventure and craves like a real challenge.
Yes.
I think Alcatraz is perfect for that, and that's why I love it. You never know what you're going to get weather-wise.
Right.
You know, this year it was pouring rain the whole time. The shore was covered in fog. We didn't know where we were going, and that's kind of what makes it fun and makes it a challenge. And also, you know, without having to do a full Ironman, you still get that feeling of like, wow, am I going to make it type of feeling.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun in a short race.
Exactly. And the other side of, you know, when you look at the history of that event, all the people, all these legends who've won that thing over the years, that puts you in pretty select company.
Yeah, I can't believe my name's going to be printed on that really cool thing they have there of all the winners. That's amazing to me.
With all these great champions over the years. So 2021, you got 8th in St. George, right? And then 7th at 70.3 Worlds.
Yep.
So this place suits you.
Yeah, I race pretty well here. I think I like kind of the theme, I guess, is I like a lot of variety in a course.
Yeah.
I get bored really easy on the things that are just kind of flat and kind of sustained stuff isn't my jam. So variety's good, and yeah, I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
What I love is we've had a lot of people today go, oh, my God, it's freezing. What are we going to do when we get out of the water? It's going to be colder, than the air is going to be colder than the water.
Yeah.
And you're coming from Wisconsin, and you're a snowshoer.
Yeah.
So when it comes to weather, you know how to handle weather.
Yeah, I'm not scared of cold.
No.
I spend like half of my year in the snow, so it's going to be fine. There's just a few items you put on to keep your toes warm, keep your fingers warm. And honestly, during a race, your body, you're generating so much more heat than you are out in training. Like
right.
I rode this morning and the temperature was in the low 40s and I was all bundled up.
And you were overheated in about 20 minutes.
I was pretty warm, but during race day, I don't think you're going to need all that because you're burning the fire pretty hot. So yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's interesting because I remember we always had this race Wildflower where a lot of times it could be really cold when you get out of the water. And seeing some of the guys who were just like shaking, white knuckling, just because they got the little hypothermic coming out of the water and coming back towards the start because their race was basically over. Some people who aren't used to this will have some issues.
Yeah. Sucks to be them. They should train in the cold weather a little more often, toughen up a little.
Sucks to be them. I love it. I was watching Ironman Wisconsin. And
that did look bad.
Oh, it looked awful, right?
Yeah.
Ben Hoffman, who'd been, in 95-degree weather 2 days before in Tucson. And then when you can see people shivering on the screen, you knew on the bike there's no way this guy's finishing his race. This thing is brutal.
Yeah, it was nonstop. So I live right in Madison where the Ironman is. I didn't even want to go out my house that day. It was so cold. It was cold, and it was nonstop, like torrential rain.
Right.
So, yeah, not good.
Was that your first Ironman win?
Yeah,
when it was
like 9 years ago.
Well, but you've made that interesting. You become a mom, and then you decide to go shorter distance, which makes a hell of a lot of sense. But it's also very difficult to go from long to short. It's always easier to go from short to long. Yeah,
it's been a fun challenge. I think for me, it's been a time issue. Becoming mom obviously takes a lot of time, and I'm incredibly inspired by Chelsea's performance, and I'm kind of taking that with me into this, kind of to keep that story going, proving what moms can do type of thing. But as far as like leaving the Ironman and going shorter, I just didn't feel like I had the time or energy available to train for an Ironman, and that's where every person's different, and some people can manage those bigger loads, and I felt like it just takes a lot out of me to train for an Ironman. So I did the short stuff, but now my kids are both in school, so I think I might do something longer again.
Really? Go
maybe
back?
Next year. Yeah.
Well, you know what's
good? It does
good?
suit me better. I'm really not that fast or that strong, so I need to do something for a long time. So maybe it'll be good.
Well, the cool thing about that is you've been doing and being very successful in these shorter events. So you're bringing that raw speed, which is sort of at this day and age, a full is not a long. I mean, it's way faster than it used to be.
I know. Yeah, it changed. COVID, I think, really kind of flipped the racing over a little bit. It made everything faster. I think we all just had time to focus, and the whole new crop of young people came in, and all the ITU people came in, and all my peeps are retiring. So I'm just hanging in there.
And still loving it, though.
Still feel great. Yeah, I still love it, and I think it helped to have a couple of years off to have kids where I haven't just been grinding for 12 years or whatever. So.
And how does the snowshoeing play a role in terms of just your overall fitness and your success in triathlon?
Yeah, snowshoeing, I think for me, kind of gives me just a break from the general regular grind of triathlon training. I just love still being out on the trails in the winter and skiing. We don't always have perfect conditions or really, really great snow in Wisconsin. So that's where snowshoe kind of works, because you can have kind of
it can be slushy.
It can be crap
icy,
snow that's
not
not groomed, and you can just head out in snowshoes. So yeah, it's a lot of strength stuff over the winter, just strength running.
It also keeps you from the pounding. the pounding of running, where you do that year round and your body gets pretty beat up.
Yeah.
But you're still going hard.
Yeah.
You're still getting a high heart rate.
Yep. Yeah. Keeps you in good shape. I always come out pretty fit in the spring without doing any type of crazy mileage. Just a bunch of snow activities.
It was fun watching Collins Cup with Team USA with mom, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
had all the different moms there. That makes a statement, and I love what PTO has done with maternity leave and paternity leave. And the sport, you've been involved with the sport for a long time. This is not a bad time to be a professional triathlete.
This is the best time I've ever witnessed,
Don't
and
you
I
think?
think that's why I haven't retired yet. If the PTO hadn't came about and started kind of supporting
Yes.
the pros, I feel like it just wasn't as lucrative of a job
Right.
to do. And as a mom, I mean, I would have felt a weird way if I just kept working out every day and wasn't making much money. I
Right,
might have went and
right.
got a regular job. So yeah, it feels great to, kind of have our hard work paying off. And for the young people coming in, I think that's why we're seeing such influx of the ITU people and the new generation as they realize this is a viable career path.
Yeah.
Especially now with everybody's social media and YouTubes, which luckily we didn't all have to do 15 years ago.
It has changed
Yeah,
in terms of
it's way
as a
different.
pro. It used to be everything's about performance.
Yeah.
Now it's how many followers do you have,
Right.
along with performance. Still obviously important, but it used to be in skateboarding and in surfing. You had to have a videographer following you around all the time because
Yeah.
otherwise, you have nothing to. You have to tell your story. Nowadays, triathlon has become like that for a lot of folks, right? You've got Lionel and Talbot and Gwen and Mirinda and Tio, and I think that's become an important aspect. But the positive of that is it also showcases our sport and our athletes to people who might not even know we exist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I personally just like to do my thing and
Right.
race, and I don't have the capacity to have any
No. You got
camera people
kids. Come on.
by me, but I love watching everybody's YouTube channels. I'm a huge fan of them.
Yes.
I enjoy it. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What are your goals here?
Man, I just want to put together a good race I can be proud of. And if I have a gap on the swim, my main thing is to just not give up hope because I know I can run these people down.
You can.
I'm back in really good shape, and it feels really good because it's been a little bit. So I just need to keep a positive attitude and kind of do my own day regardless of what the other people do.
What do you look at as the best race you've had?
Feeling wise,
Yeah.
Collins Cup
Yeah.
last year felt great. Really, that's the best I've ever felt.
You were
Running.
racing Annie Hogg, Ironman world champion, and Jeannie Metzler.
Yeah,
And
and I beat him
You
somehow.
beat 'em.
I just felt like
it's just one of those days.
Yeah, a day. You can't quite explain it, but sometimes it just feels like it's just no thing. You just
Right.
start doing it. You're working hard, but it also feels fine.
That's the
So
coolest.
that's like the day everyone wants to have.
That's what
It
everybody's,
just
everybody's
doesn't-
waiting for,
Happens
right?
like once a year.
Maybe, right? When you
Maybe.
have those type of
Yeah.
days, it feels sort of effortless sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. That's the feeling. You're just doing it. I mean, I could tell by the way Chelsea was looking. That's probably what happened to her.
Totally.
During Kona. She was just in her own zone, doing her thing, and it's inspiring to see that happening for somebody.
When you watched her, and I remember watching early on when I see her slowing at an aid station, I'm like, oh no, she's cramping, something's going on. And you're like, oh no, she's being smart. She's getting her fluid in.
She looked like she had a plan.
Totally had a plan.
She was just doing it. It was just fun to watch because we never used to have such great Kona coverage, and especially having the women have their own day this year was
I thought it was
just
phenomenal.
really great. Good to be able to see the whole race through and not have
Mm-hmm.
the camera switching back and forth. And same for the men.
Yes.
They didn't have to deal with the camera switching back and forth either.
Right.
So I think it just allowed each of us to showcase the amazing athletes that are out there racing.
Oh, and it was fun seeing a Jan Frodeno out there during the women's race working at the aid station, right. And then having a lot of the women pros out there on when the men were racing. It just showed a camaraderie. It showed that the support that everybody has for each other. I think that's what makes this sport so special is, sure, you're racing Chelsea or racing whoever, but at the end of the day, it's you against you and you against the course.
Yeah, and I think the PTO has been big for, now we see the same people. We see each other every single month.
Yes.
Where we're actually getting to be friends and get to know each other. And before it was like you would only see all of the, more global athletes once a year at the World Champs. So now we're literally seeing the same people every single month. And it is fun to get to know each other, cheer for each other, and kind of feel like we're all part of kind of the same journey. I guess we're on the same rotation now, which is great.
Love it. Jackie, have a great race this weekend.
Thank you, Bob.
Always such a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
Jackie Herring has been our guest, everybody. Again, Breakfast with Bob from beautiful St. George, Utah. Hold on. We will be right